It's Thursday. They say that's the new Friday. I don't know. Maybe every day feels the same for you at the moment. But we are back today with some more yoga. We're going to go through our sun salutation again. We're just going to do that just to warm us up, get us moving. Then going through our eagle pose. So let's get balancing and strengthening into the feet, the ankles and the legs. And then moving into our goddess pose before finishing off with a little bit of stretch. Today is all about, again, getting you moving, getting outside if you can for that one walk, run, whatever that is a day. If you need anything from us, please do let us know. Again, keep that content, those content requests coming because they're really helpful, and just enjoy. We've had some really lovely comments and it's been such a pleasure to do it for you all. I know that for many of you, you are stuck at home and the days can kind of all mould into one. So I hope that this is making a difference and making you smile. Have a great day and I'll see you later. Alright, so we're going to get started with a sun salutation. As I said, we're going to then move through our eagle pose, then going into our goddess pose, and then finishing off with a forward fold just to stretch off into the back. So let's get started by coming to the front of our mats. Coming to the front, we're going to take our big toes and our ankles together. Let's come into our mountain pose. Alright, I'll face you just so that you can see. Those of you who suffer with lower back discomfort, feet come slightly apart. We're going to draw up through the thighs and squeezing lightly into the glutes. Shoulders are back and down, and just think about your belly as lifting up almost, but still feel free to breathe, feel it free to breathe, okay? Let yourself breathe into the belly still. And we're just going to do just that. So we're going to start breathing into the belly from the lowest part of the belly, all the way through the ribs, all the way up into the collarbones. So we breathe in, and we breathe out. Opening out the hands, so you open out into the shoulders, inhaling in, and exhaling. I'm going to go into our sun salutation now. So if you watched the video the other day, if you didn't, then please go back, but you'll know what you're doing, and we're just going to go straight into that flow. We're going to take it nice and slow. So let's inhale, come all the way up. As we exhale, we either stay here or squeeze into the bottom and come into a light back bend. If this is uncomfortable for the back, stay high. Inhale to come up. We're going to exhale to swan dive into a forward fold. Now, if your hamstrings are quite tight like mine today, don't worry about not touching the floor. Big bend into the knees. Take your right leg back into a long lunge. Lift into your chest. Breathe in. We're going to exhale, come back into our downward facing dog. And then we're going to inhale to come forward into plank pose. Drop your knees if you need to here. We're going to lower our chest down towards the floor first. And then we're going to pull through into a baby cobra or all the way up into up dog. Shoulders are down your back. As we exhale, tuck your toes, squeeze into your glutes. Let's come back into down dog. Inhale, lift your right foot towards the sky as high as is comfortable. And then step as far forward as you can. Grab hold of the ankle if you need to move it forward. Other foot to join as we exhale into forward fold. Bend the knees, let's inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, release, and let go. I'm going to do that on the other side. So, back to the front of your mat. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale to lift, squeeze the bottom, push forward. Remember your options. Inhale up. Exhale into forward fold. Bending in the knees, take the left foot back this time. Inhale to lift into the chest. As we exhale, we come back into downward facing dog. Really enjoy that lovely down dog position. We're going to inhale to come forward into our plank. Remember, drop the knees if you need to, otherwise we're going to exhale to lower the chest down first. Untuck the toes, inhale to push into up dog, shoulders are down your back. Or baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, come back into down dog. When you're ready with your next inhale, you're going to lift that left leg up towards the sky, step it forward, other foot to join into forward fold as we exhale. Bend the knees, inhale to come all the way up. We exhale to relax back down. You can do this as many times as you like, just hit pause on me or watch the whole thing through and then do it yourself, so completely up to you. It's a great one if you want to do it really with the breath, inhaling, exhaling. It's a really lovely one to get the blood pumping and to get you feeling better. So now we're going to go into our eagle pose. Eagle pose is great. It's all a bit rappy though, so there's definitely options for those of you who are less balanced or a little bit tighter. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, start with taking our arms up towards the sky into high breath. As you exhale, I want you to drop your right arm down, taking your left elbow into your right elbow, okay? So it might seem a bit strange. Now, your lower option is just to then take your arms onto your shoulders. So we're in this position, keeping your elbows away from your chest. But if you can take a full wrap, try and grab hold of the arms. So we're trying to grab hold of the arms, taking elbows away from your chest and hands away from your face here. So you should feel a really big pull into this shoulder. So we're in this position. And we're going to now shift our weight over towards our left leg, bringing the right off. And you're going to try and take a wrap. So you're going to bend into that left leg, and then you're just going to cross your right leg over your left and try and wrap it round as much as you can. Now, this is a bit of a challenge for a lot of people, so I understand that. Don't worry. If you can't, then just try and cross it. You can keep your toe on the floor, or if that's just not working for you today, then just keep the bend with your left leg, okay, and stay nice and off that right one. So just try and balance on the left in a single leg squat. So we're in this position. We're making sure that our elbows are away from our body, our hands are away from our face, so taking that wrap. Our back is nice and straight, so tilt your pelvis under slightly so you've got nice flat back, and hold. Try and look through your arms at a point ahead of you, and it's going to help you balance. And we're just going to take 4 breaths here, in and out. Shoulders might feel a bit uncomfortable. If they do, remember, hands come onto your shoulders, breathing in, breathing out. Keeping elbows away from your chest. Last 2 breaths. Last one. Bend a little bit more if you can into that left leg. Alright, release there. Take your arms back. Feet come down. Alright, take your feet so that they're shoulder width apart. Interlace your fingers. Inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to extend up. Ooh, with the chest. Stretching the arms down your back. And just feel those lovely shoulder pulls. Breathing in, breathing out. Alright, give yourself a shake. We're going to do that on the other side. So, move into the muscles in your thighs and your legs, glutes in your thighs and into your feet. And then we're just going to do exactly the same onto the other side. So, bring yourself back into your mountain pose. Really make sure your pelvis is lightly tilted. We want to really look after that lower back, squeezing into the glutes. Inhale to come all the way up. As we exhale, this time we drop the left arm down, right comes over, okay, and either you take the lower bind, okay, taking those hands onto your shoulders, or if you want to, you take that full wrap. Now, you will find that one side will be slightly easier than the other, alright, so this one is my slightly more challenged side, so I can't take as much of a wrap. No matter, if it's really uncomfortable, then you take your hands onto your shoulders, alright, so this time we're going to shift the weight onto the right foot, left comes off, and you're going to take that wrap. So when you're ready, you're going to bend the right knee, taking the left leg over, taking the wrap if you want to, breathing in, breathing out. I'll turn to the side. So, bending, taking that wrap, make sure elbows are away from the body, hands are away from the chest, feeling that full wrap. If it's really uncomfortable onto your arms, then just take that lower bind, okay? So really think about tilting that pelvis under so you've got a nice flat back. Engage through this Mula Bandha lock, so it's almost lower abdomen lock, so you're drawing the belly in and up. So let's get back into position. Let's take those 4 breaths, inhaling. Exhaling, keeping those elbows away from your chest. If you're doing hands, okay, they are away from your face. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Using your belly breath. And then we're going to relax there. Take your feet nice and wide again. Fingers together. We're going to stretch those arms. If that's comfortable for you, deep breath in. And you might want to hear it exhale, start to come down. Get a stretch into your hamstrings as well. Loosen off into your lower back. Stretch the arms up towards the sky. You can do this also with your hands the other way. Let your arms go. Give them a bit of a shake down towards the ground. You might want to hold onto your elbows. So we want to hold onto our elbows and just lightly rock from side to side, loosening off into the back. Turn your head from side to side, loosen off into the neck. Hands down, let's bend the knees, slowly roll the body up, breathing in, breathing out. Shoulders are down our backs. And now we're going to come a little bit wider with our stance. Okay, so stand side on so that you're still on your mat. We're going to make sure that our feet are nice and wide. I like to turn the toes ever so slightly out for this one. And we're just going to come into goddess pose. Now goddess pose is great. Sorry to the men, this is named for the women. Alright, but it's a great one for everyone because it really opens out into the hips, into the thighs, and just builds a little bit of strength into these legs and into the glutes. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale to bring the arms up into high prayer. As we exhale, we're going to lower our arms so that they're in a 90-degree angle. Okay, so we want to try and imagine that we want to rest a cup of tea on your biceps. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to drop your knees out so they're coming over towards your toes here. So those of you who ever did ballet, it's like a grand plie. Okay, so we're coming down, tucking the pelvis under, really engaging through that Mula Bandha, that lower abdomen lock, and now through our Uddiyana Bandha, which is kind of almost, I like to think of it as like hands coming together, so really engage through your abdomen here. And we're tucking into that pelvis, so we're nice and wide here, we're in this position, we're down. And instead of pushing the bottom out, we're just tucking that bottom back under. And we're holding, and you just come lightly down into this if you want to, okay? Just to here, if you feel this is working into your thighs. But if you really, really want to go for it, you might want to come nice and wide with your stance, coming down, tucking pelvis under, all right, and getting a lovely big, almost like a wide, turned out squat, okay? Goddess pose, breathing in, breathing out. The lovely thing about this as well is you can lightly pulse up and down if you feel that that's comfortable for you. Just play with how this feels, breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to do 4 more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Keeping pelvis tucked under, really, really wide with those knees. Try not to let your knees fall in. Right, if you find that you're doing that, come slightly further up. 2 more breaths. Slowly roll up. We're going to do a wide leg forward fold now, Uttanasana, toes rolling forward, facing forward. Rolling from right at the top of the back all the way down. We're just going to hang here, hanging in forward fold. Now this is a lovely type of almost inversion. It's a great way to feel relaxed. You ever wonder why when someone's hyperventilating or feeling really panicked, they ask you to put your head through your knees? This is kind of like that, loosening off the body whilst almost becoming quite meditative in the mind. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting go. If your hands aren't on the floor, don't worry about it. If you are on the floor and you want to take it a bit further, you might want to turn your fingers in to the back of the room, and then you might want to just lightly draw yourself through a little bit more. But don't over push yourself in this position. You're going to turn those feet out now, big bend into the knees, and slowly roll from the base of the spine all the way up. Shoulders back and down. Bring yourself back into mountain pose. Breathe. And we're going to finish there for today. As I said, you can replay this as many times as you like if you want to make it a little bit more, perhaps tack a couple of the videos on together. Alright, and I will see you tomorrow.